Hello, folks. Just a quick update on the latest podcast, which is out now on audio on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. It's also available on our YouTube channel, Celtic Fanzine TV. That's the Celtic Soul podcast out now. And on the podcast, I'm joined once again by Michael Pringle, Glasgow journalist, all round good guy. And he's been supporting Celtic home and away since the 1970s. So he's seen some shit shows, but this must be up there. This season must be up there with the biggest soap opera we've ever watched within Paradise. It could actually be a Netflix series if we win the league this year. To win the league, we need to strengthen the squad. But has Nancy, before he left, had he identified players with Tisdale? Have they, like, we've now sacked the head of recruitment, head of player recruitment, and rightly so. We've now sacked Nancy, and rightly so. But who's now in charge of bringing in players? Because the squad needs to be strengthened. There are some key players still out injured. We need a striker. We need to start scoring goals. I'm sure Martin O'Neill will bring back the likes of Scales and that into the team, who was played a big part under Nancy in those 8 games, 2 wins and six losses was never gonna stick. The atmosphere was toxic on Saturday in the second half. In the first half, Celtic played well. Yang scored a great goal. Second half, we shouldn't have even had any. We had a false sense of security, some of us at half time, but we should have known. They fell apart in the second half. A few little changes by Rangers and bang, 3 goals. Green Brigade missing again, and they were missed on Saturday because the second half all I could hear was that mob up to their knees every time they scored a goal, and sad to see the stadium so empty with 10 minutes to go, but fans have just had enough. A lot of fans in the main stand turned on the board members, and outside it was just a sad state of affairs. Fans are split. The board are still together. Um, how Michael Nicholson is still in a job is incredible. His comments about Nancy when he arrived being the number one choice and so forth, and the number one target. It's come back to kick him in the arse. But we need to kick on now against Dundee United on Saturday. Uh, and if you're there, might bump into a few of yous. It's going to be a big one. Every game now we need to win. Hearts are the team. The team they have the momentum. They have the 6 point lead. They will bring in and strengthen the team. They look good. They grounded out a result against Livingston. They're together as a team. They seem to be really well run. A lot better run than Celtic. Celtic have the biggest budget. We dwarf the other clubs with finance and support and capacity. But yeah, we we've just seen this terrible, terrible running of the club for the past year, and some would say longer. So it's now time to step up to the plate, get some players in, back O'Neill, and then hopefully they can open some kind of talks with supporters groups to get a bit of unity back, because we're all going to need to be together as we go into this second half of the season to try and win the league. There's also a cup to be played for, and we still have 2 games in Europe, which may be beyond us at this point, but we live in hope, and we'll say a few prayers before those games. So, folks, thanks for tuning into the podcast. Thanks for visiting the website. The website is celticfanzine.com, where you'll find all our news and blogs. You'll also find all our podcasts, etc. there. The podcast is out on YouTube on Celtic Fanzine TV. Please subscribe if you're watching over there. And you can also listen to it on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And please download our app. The app is Celtic Fanzine app, and it's there on Google Play and the App Store. Enjoy the rest of the week, folks, and I'll talk to you at some stage. Thanks for the continued support, and hail, hail. The Celts are still here.